Remember early in Devin Booker's career when people called him a losing player, empty stats, bad team guy, can't win with him, can't build a team around him? I just want to say, as a day one book stockholder, couldn't have been me. If you are a day one book stockholder like myself, these last 3 seasons are just a big come up for us, and these playoffs by Devin Booker have been absolutely special. I think he's been the best player in the playoffs, with all due respect to playoff Jimmy Butler, who arguably put up a better first round than Devin Booker, but just on the whole, in the playoffs, Devin Booker has just been fucking spectacular. He is putting together, and I'm not saying this in a hyperbolic way, he is putting together one of the best offensive postseasons in the history of the NBA. The stats themselves are they're just absolutely ridiculous. He's averaging 36.8 points per game. He is shooting 61.7% from the field. He is shooting 51% from three-point range, 87% from the line. His true shooting percentage is 71.1. And oh, by the way, he's averaging 7.4 assists per game and over 5 rebounds a game. Just the other little light stuff he's doing. And it's not just, the efficiency. It's how he's getting these shots. It's how some games he's attempting like 2 free throws, even though he's averaging 6 free throw attempts per game. In this Nuggets series, he's had 2 games. These last 2 games, he's hardly shot any free throws, and he's just giving everybody on the Nuggets straight buckets. He was giving everybody on the Clippers straight buckets. The mid-range mastery, the pull-up game, the passing, the playmaking, and he's been the best player on the Suns these playoffs. And Kevin Durant is on the Phoenix Suns. And it would be completely disrespectful to Devin Booker to just say, oh, well, he has Kevin Durant, and that's why Booker is having the efficient type of playoffs he's having. That would just be insanely disrespectful. Yes, Kevin Durant helps, but Devin Booker is picking apart double teams. He's killing single coverage. And to boot, he's playing the best defense of his career, and he's improved on that end every year of his career, especially since the Suns traded for Chris Paul. Devin Booker's getting after it. He's down in a stance. He's competing. He's being physical. And, he's had to face the first 2 games of the Clippers series, he guarded Kawhi a few times and was battling. He's made things tough for Jamal Murray. Like, Devin Booker has just been really fucking good two-way player. And like I was mentioning earlier, the mid-range mastery, this is just absurd. Devin Booker on all mid-range shots per cleaning the glass is shooting 60% from mid-range. That's basically more efficient, or as efficient as a Shaq post-up if you go back and look at Shaq's field goal percentage. That's how good Devin Booker is shooting from the mid-range. He's shooting 80% at the rim. He's shooting 51% on threes, like I mentioned earlier. Like, this is just an all-time scoring postseason run from Devin Booker, and it's not just a heater. All of these shots feel sustainable. Yeah, he's hitting tough shots, but he's killing all types of coverages. He's pulling up in transition, pushing the pace, especially the last 2 games since Chris Paul's been out and Campaign's been the starting point guard. He's been a part of the concerted effort for the Suns to push the pace and attack the rim. And for somebody who's 56% of their shots comes from the mid-range, it just puts into perspective how ridiculous this scoring postseason is. And it's not just the scoring, it's the playmaking too, because he's averaging over 7 assists per game, and his usage is damn near 30%. It's sublime watching Devin Booker. We talk about ethical scorers, and I think that's just a dumb Reddit, Twitter, internet thing that people do because they bitch about free throws all the time. But watching Devin Booker just score all these points and get absolute buckets by just dotting them in the eyes with a mid-range jumper or a pull-up 3, or just posting somebody up, posting up a smaller guard, and hitting a fadeaway over them. The thing that amazes me, that always amazed me about Devin Booker since his rookie year, is that his shooting mechanics are so good. He's always square to the basket, no matter what type of awkward position he's in. Once he elevates, he somehow gets his body square to the basket, and it has a great chance of going in because he's an awesome shooter. He's an awesome mid-range shooter, and you could tell he's just now putting it all together now that he has a co-star that is, I can't believe I'm saying this because it's Kevin fucking Durant. It's one of the 10 to 15 greatest players of all time. But Devin Booker finally has a co-star that is his peer. And as much as I love Chris Paul, and the trade that the Suns made 3 seasons ago was really good because it got the Suns into title contention and as a serious team, Devin Booker just hasn't played with someone like a Kevin Durant or any other peer. But it's really cool to see Devin Booker finally get the recognition that he deserves for 3 seasons. I cannot believe for the life of me, early in his career, media members, people online, people who claim to be basketball heads, really called this guy a losing player early in his career just because he couldn't carry fucking Dragon Bender and a bunch of other failed draft picks to winning basketball. I mean, it was clear from day one that Devin Booker had the type of game that would translate to the playoffs because he was a 3-level scorer and he could get those shots in any type of way he wanted because of his footwork, his posting up. He became a better passer as his career has gone along. Like, if you had followed Devin Booker from day one and you're a day one book stockholder, you are, like me, you probably own an island out somewhere near the Caribbean or something like that. I mean, you probably bought multiple islands because we are in a boom right now. And the people who called Devin Booker, quote unquote, a losing player or a good stats, bad team guy, or if you had idiotic takes and opinions about Devin Booker like Bill Simmons, who got really weird and criticized Booker for not going to Team USA in the summer of 2019, is looking really foolish right now. But, you know, better late than never to come around to the light, I guess. But this Nuggets Suns series has been awesome. Jokic is dominating the Suns and putting up some of the most ridiculous numbers I've ever seen from a center. And Devin Booker's matching that. And the duel between them right now in this series has been nothing but special. The shot making has been ridiculous. Game 4 yesterday was just nuts with the shots that these guys were hitting. And Jokic dropped 51 and 10 assists. That's something a point guard does, and a center did it. He didn't have a double-double with, 50 points and 10 rebounds. He had a double-double with 50 points and 10 assists. But anyway, Devin Booker has been utterly spectacular all playoffs, and he's been the best player this postseason.